Hi, this is Ilana, and we're The Real Deal with Brandi Glanville from The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Hi, Brandi.
Hi.
You look beautiful.
So do you.
What's new?
Oh, that sounded like such an evil laugh on both of our parts.
You gotta turn the shit up. You gotta turn the shit up.
This is The Real Deal, a place where bloggers come online to talk to you about the shows that you love and love to hate. I blog at jewishjournal.com under Keeping It Real. I blog all reality all the time, and I'm very excited to introduce you to some of my blogging friends. Let's start with Will.
My name is Will Love. I'm 22 years old and I live in New Jersey. I have a pretty good following on YouTube, and yeah, that's where you can find me, YouTube and Twitter.
You know Brandi.
Yeah, I interviewed her.
Hi.
I interviewed you last year,
Yeah.
remember?
I know, I remember. We had a lovely phone conversation, and we're Twitter buddies.
I'm Roxanne. I'm from Michigan and I'm 20 years old. I'm the creator and writer of a gossip site called All About TRH. That stands for All About the Real Housewives. I get 50,000 readers a day, and I have a huge following on Twitter and Facebook. I have loyal readers, and I am in contact with all of the Real Housewives, Mob Wives, and Basketball Wives.
Everyone's pretty much calling me AC, but as you can see, I do my vlogs from my closet. I have only been doing this a little over a year, so the reason, hence the name Closet Freak.
I'm so glad that they're here because people think that bloggers are a bunch of old women with their cats sitting in the basement watching television. And we're not. We're accomplished and we're successful, and we just love to watch the shows that you all love. This is The Real Deal, and we're very, very happy that you're here. Nothing really going on with you, huh?
No, it's just quiet. It's just great. What is new? What isn't? Apparently, I ruined Adrienne Malouf's marriage. It's on the cover of Us Weekly.
I heard.
Which I didn't actually do.
Mazel tov.
Oh, thank you. L'chaim. Isn't it L'chaim?
L'chaim, yeah, it's like cheers.
I'm practicing.
Yeah. So did you ruin her marriage? Because the love that we felt between those two was so authentic and real.
It was.
That we felt the breakup.
They couldn't keep their hands off each
Right?
other. It was just intense passion. No, they obviously had, I mean, saying one thing about a couple doesn't ruin a marriage. They obviously had a lot of issues. Adrienne started it. I want to be a brat. She started it, not me. And when people mess with me and my family, I go gangster, and I came back at her, and that was really what it came down to. During our hiatus, she tried to get me fired. I need the job. She doesn't. She's got a ton of money. I took that, and I still take that very personally. And ultimately, I think her campaigning so hard to get me off the show is what made me a full-time housewife, because they had never really, upgraded a friend to a housewife. But I think, what's the saying? Like, you protest too much or something.
That protest too much.
Yeah, then it was the opposite. Then she started putting out stories about my children, my family, and me, and that were just unacceptable. And she did it through her chef or her whatever he is. And I took it very personally. So because you can't talk about things that happened off the show,
right?
When we're not shooting on camera, when we're shooting, I couldn't say any of it. I couldn't say, oh, well, you tried to get me fired from this job because this job didn't exist. The show doesn't exist. There's that third or fourth wall or whatever it is.
Right.
So I had to explain that I had to let everyone know she was not a good person without saying what my real issues were.
Right.
So I just kind of compiled a lot of lies that she had told and said them out loud, not to ruin her family, but just to go, go screw yourself. You're like, she thinks she can buy and pay off anyone and do whatever she wants, and then she did, basically. She got a lawyer. She wanted me to sign a piece of paper saying that I would never speak about her again. I refused because I don't trust myself.
Right.
And we just had this back and forth battle, and it finally got resolved after a lot of lawyer bills, and now we're not friendly.
Right. Well, we're bloggers. We watch a lot of reality television, and from the perspective of somebody that just watches the show, Adrienne Malouf is an idiot. And with all of her money, I would suggest to her, Adrienne, my darling, get a stylist and maybe get a new hairdresser, because she looks like Barbara Eden circa 1980. Her clothes are hideous, her husband is hideous, and she's just hideous. And so we watched it and we didn't get it. So as a fan and as a person who gets paid to watch it, we don't get her.
Right.
We don't get her. So they can fire her as far as I'm concerned. Don't you agree, guys? We can get rid of her. Rox, what do you think of Adrienne Maloof?
Just jealousy. She's just jealous. And I think the reading is going to be extra crazy. Do you think, Brandi, that you two will make peace?
You know, never say never, but when I have to shell out a lot of money to, you know, pay for lawyers' bills about someone who insulted me as a mother and my family, it's probably not going to happen. Paul did call me and apologize for what Bernie, the chef guy, said, because then, you know, Paul finally got the brunt of it when they got a divorce. He said all these horrible things about Paul as a father and a husband, and I was just like, he's like, now I understand what she was doing to you and your family, and I'm really sorry. And I just thought that was a really cool thing for him to do.
Yeah, we don't want you to be friends with her, though.
I'm not.
Yeah, no. Okay, good. Will, what do you think?
Do you sort of feel that Adrienne's marriage itself, because there's been a lot of talk that it's a publicity stunt, because her and Paul do business together. They are coming out with their own skincare line, etc. So do you sort of feel, I mean, I know you know them a bit more, but do you feel it's all a stunt for her to get sympathy and in turn sell more products?
I actually ran into the both of them at the Polo Lounge, and it was definitely not a stunt. There were some major negotiations. They were signing their divorce papers, and she saw me and stormed out, and then he ran out, and I was just like, what is happening?
Who signs divorce papers at the Polo Lounge?
They were doing it.
Wow.
And it became final that quickly. And you know, I don't know if their marriage was a publicity stunt. They were together for a long time. I do think it was a marriage of convenience, and it was more about work than romance. There was a lot of rumors about infidelity and a lot of other things around town that we all just kind of never talked about. I mean, I think it was a business relationship, in my opinion.
Interesting. AC, are you there? What do you think, honey? This is Closet Freak.
I wanted to ask you, Brandi, because, and I'm basing this question on the last episode that just aired. How do you feel about Mauricio's position towards you making the call and apologizing and whatnot? And he apologized afterwards and said it was a personal. Was that a heartfelt apology, or do you think he was maybe posturing for Karen?
I was sorry for what I said because I didn't mean it to hurt her the way it hurt her. But at the same time, I was pissed still. And it was really hard for me to say sorry to someone that hadn't said sorry to me or even admitted the things that she had done to me. So I was kind of in a weird place. Like, everyone's like, say sorry, say sorry. And I was like, F her, she needs to say sorry to me. I mean, I mean, maybe what I said was a little harsh, but she talked about me as a mother. She talked about my children. It's the same difference. I wanted an apology, and everyone wanted me to say sorry, and I'm very stubborn when it comes to what's right and what's wrong. And I did say sorry, and I really feel bad. If I could take that one thing that I said back, I would. I still have issues with her.
I don't think you can be too harsh when you're defending your children.
Right.
You just can't. People can say whatever they want about me, and as bloggers, we all know we get attacked on Twitter, and people get mad at us because we have a certain opinion and they don't agree, and I don't care. But don't ever talk about my kid, and don't ever talk about my faith either. I'm Jewish and I'm a mother, so f off about both of those two things. Seriously. We need to find you a nice Jewish husband.
I know, we really do. So I can say that too. I'm Jewish and I'm a mother, so f off.
You gotta turn the shit up. You gotta turn the shit up.